Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel after quite a long time, huh? There's no real agenda for this. I just kind of wanted to play a little bit of guitar and primarily just update you guys on the state of the channel, my life, family life, all that, all the above. First of all, I hope all of you are doing just phenomenal. Things are very good over here. I've made quite a lot of life adjustments, probably even since the last time we've talked, but definitely over the course of the last just about, year and a half. And having a YouTube channel and everything, it's crazy how just different moments of my life will get kind of documented, documented, and not even necessarily documented on the channel, but just happens while I have the channel. So when you see giant gaps in content and everything, I can look at it and be like, oh man, I had this or that thing going on during that time. And it's just kind of interesting to think about. But yeah, let me see how the recording of the guitar is coming through right now. Absolutely. So that's one of the rare new additions around here. We're not gonna be doing any specific gear testing or anything, but this is my new to me Engel iron ball with my revival drive running into it, and I really like the amp. Okay, there's an aspect we can talk on there. Gear. Yeah. So the amps that I currently still have are the KSR Artemis, obviously, the Fried Sig X, obviously, Fried Deliverance, the EVH 5150 Iconic. I got my Dover DA20 back after UPS freaking destroyed it. I got it repaired. That is back in house. Still have my KSR PA50, and like I said, I have the Engel iron ball here. And yeah, that kind of does it on the amp side of things. I traded my Mesobarba Skill 30 to Jordan Gale of Highwind Amplification for his Engel iron ball and the definitely not Horizon Devices, the Highwind Amplification Fire and Sword preamp pedal, the final version of it. I had borrowed a prototype version of this pedal back in the day, and he's got it done, and again, this is something I probably do plan to do a video on here in the coming days. But yeah, that said, let's go ahead and talk about the elephant in the room. Where have you been? I've been all over the place, primarily busy with work and, fatherhood. Being a new father and, trying to be the best dad, the best, most present dad that I could be. Some things are going to change, and for me, just playing guitar in general and clearly the YouTube channel have been things that have kind of gone to the back burner in support of that, and it'd be like that sometimes. Really multiple things kind of fed into this long break. Fatherhood and trying to do the best I can at my job have been large parts of that, but additionally some of the passion for what I was doing here in terms of hey, comparing gear, showing off gear and everything, a lot of that kind of dissipated a little bit for various reasons. Some of that I'm sure had to do with the fact that I just haven't been playing guitar almost at all. Like, I'm very rusty. The last couple days I've picked up my guitar and played it a few times, and it's been very nice. But prior to that, I would pick up a guitar for like a few moments, play, feel super uninspired, not enjoy the sound of anything that was coming out of the amp, and just really not feel it. Not to mention I'd pretty much broken down a lot of my setup to go do practices with a little group that I had been playing with for an event. And I just never got back around to putting back this beast of a YouTube / guitar recording setup that I have here. I've done most of that now. Not all the amps are hooked up and everything, but outside of that, I'm pretty much good to go. So that's one hump that we're over. But yeah, just on the passion about gear side of things, I am just very much in this place right now where a lot of the equipment that you can use nowadays, everything is just so good that yes, you can get great sounds out of so much stuff. The cheapest of the cheap up to super expensive stuff. And for me, like the very minute differences as I'm becoming older and more experienced here, it just, I find those minute differences much less significant. And just due to that, I just find myself having less need / desire to, you know, throw up comparisons about everything. Of course, there are still some things where it's like, oh, even just looking right here, I have the Fire and Sword and the Chug pedal. Here I am, like, man, that would probably be a cool comparison to do. And you know what? I probably will do it because I just, sitting here finally having everything hooked back up, I have very much missed this. But again, like I said, I have still felt some burnout and just lack of desire to do some of the things I had been doing. So we'll see how that manifests. No promises going here into the future. But I'll do my best. And I am, like I said, somewhat motivated to get some videos going here. Nothing that needs to take too long to do even. So yeah, highly likely that y'all will see some gear demos and comparisons coming in the next few days. What else do I have here? Yeah, again, still talking about the large break. When I do YouTube videos, you don't have to come in here, kind of sequester myself, really prepare and set myself up, set all this up, the camera, the mic and all that, get all that going, shut the door and be to myself for at least an hour. Even for the shorter videos, I'm generally in here for at least an hour. Again, just being a dad right now, my son running around being super cute and doing all that he does. I find that as far as hobbies are important, and that does not change even after becoming a dad. For me, I found that it's easier for me to lean into some of my other hobbies, primarily video games, and still, you know, be around and interact with my son, as opposed to this, where I have to, you know, sequester myself, be away from him and my wife to get this stuff done. And there were times on this YouTube channel where I would be able to, you know, come home at a certain time, set up a camera, go get to work and make videos. Nowadays, with certain other things I've gotten back into heavily, I don't have the energy to really I would not have the energy to do this at the end of a day. And then the weekends feel kind of sacred to me, but at this point, like, hey, yes, this is probably something I want to get back to doing on the weekends every now and then. But yeah, now I've started to really get my fitness routine, like, really, really where it needs to be, and I'm very proud of myself for that. But that's had second and third order effects as well. Like, the gym where I am opens at about 5, so I'm usually up at like 4:30-ish, and then this daylight savings time thing just kicked in and is really kicking my butt. Because, man, like, for a while I was waking up at 3 o'clock just looking stupid. Like, man, I can't do anything about this. I'm going to sleep super early, waking up super early. And that's nice for my workouts and everything. But then by the end of the day, I am just done. Like, I'm struggling to even, you know, be here and be as awake and present as I can for my wife and kid. So, yeah, YouTube videos on the week is definitely not happening anymore. But the weekends, I can kind of see that going back to that, and I'm excited about the prospect of that. But so yeah, with all that said, I've been thinking about swapping out my computers. Like, I have a bigger desktop computer in there that has more processing power. Kind of want to bring that in here and really transition this to be able to both do YouTube videos and, you know, stream. I want to stream on Twitch and YouTube video games and stuff at some point. That's just something I want to get into, and I think I might be approaching a place in my life where I may be able to try that sort of stuff. And if I do, you'll probably see links to it on the channel. Hope you guys will come check that stuff out. Oh, another point to make about, gear here. A large part of why some of this passion dissipated was just that there's not enough things that I want to check out, Like, hey, I'm into high gain guitar equipment. Yes, there are like hundreds of small companies that make super cool and interesting amps, pedals, and all that sort of stuff. But a lot of that stuff is very expensive, and I'm not of the size where I can, actually reach out to folks and just have them send me stuff for free. And even if I was, after having, again, this amp straight up heavily damaged when I sold it and sent it off to somebody, and then going through the saga that was getting it repaired and getting reimbursed for that, I have very little appetite for selling amps and shipping stuff back and forth. I just don't have the time and energy to deal with the issues with that when, on the rare occasion where issues do occur. It's just very much unneeded stress in my life right now. So that has a large part to do with my relative lack of interest over the past few, months in doing some of this stuff. But yeah, I definitely have a few things I would like to make videos on. I have 3 prototype preamp pedals from Aris Effects here, most of which sound pretty cool. Again, I have the Fire and Sword here. The Engel Iron Ball, like I said, I'm kind of curious to just play through that a little bit. I had played through one in a music store, Atomic Music, somewhere in Maryland. I don't remember exactly where in Maryland it was at, but that was my favorite music store thus far. I played through one in the store, but of course you never really get to know an amp for real until you bring it home to your own space and play through it. And as y'all can hopefully see, I'm actually really enjoying it. But yeah, I think that this sounds really great, surprisingly great. But that's that's kind of my other point here. Most things sound great nowadays, which again kind of goes back to my original desire to compare so many things. But now I'm noticing that the differences can be so small that it's just hard for me to really find the motivation to do that sometimes. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm just going to try a few things here in the next few days. Next couple upcoming weeks, you'll probably see more output from me again, and we'll see how it goes. Probably going to experiment with some other stuff. I am very, very into fitness again. Thank God. I kind of want to start putting together some fitness content. I know that is not, what most of my guitar audience is here for, but we'll see what happens. At this point, this is just another hobby to, dig into for fun. I really enjoy talking to a lot of you guys, and I miss you all. So we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, I really appreciate all of y'all who have been here. I appreciate everything y'all have done for me, just watching the videos, commenting, talking to y'all about stuff. I still get hit up on Instagram and stuff to answer questions about gear. I try and hop into my comments whenever folks ask questions about stuff and answer anything that I actually have an opinion on. And gear hasn't been the forefront of my mind lately, but at the end of the day, I do really enjoy talking to and interacting with you guys. And I hope you guys are doing very well. And most likely, I'll see you guys soon in the upcoming weeks. Take care.